Hello everyone, welcome back. So last week we had our guest lecturer, Natalie, talk about the different communication skills. So this week we're actually going to be focusing on one of those skills in a little more detail. So have any of you, I'm guessing yes, but have any of you ever had students ask you to slow down or to repeat things because you're just going too fast? I know that's a weakness of myself, and I'm the language teacher and they're still telling me to slow down. So I know that it's something myself that is a very useful activity, and I've used it with my own students. So whether it helps you in your own teaching practice or in your teaching of students to get them to present and slow down that pace, I thought I would give a little skill, a little tip to work on that and hopefully also improve your own confidence in that meantime. Okay? So that being said, I'm going to hand out this. I don't want you to look at anything else other than just those first three sentences. So this is really just part of your self-evaluation. How do you feel about your own teaching skills at the moment? Or sorry, your speaking skills, and whether or not you feel comfortable or too slow or too fast. So take a moment to read it over, reflect on your own teaching skills. I keep saying teaching, on your own presenting and speaking skills, and just circle the one that you think best applies. And this part is for you, so you don't need to share with me if you're like, I'm very, very terrible and I'm here to learn. That's fine. But before I go on, does anyone else want to share any tips or things that they might do to kind of slow down their own speaking?
I focus on my punctuation.
On your punctuation?
Yeah, when I feel like I'm starting to speak too quickly, I take one quick breath for commas and a proper full breath for
Right.
periods.
Oh, wow.
We might teach similar subject matters.
That's a great tip.
Anybody else?
I read body languages of my
Other students.
audience
Oh, okay.
or my students. If I see them frown or if I see them being bored, it's
Or just that, the glaze?
yeah, it's just, or they just don't even know, right? It's a sign for them to maybe change it up,
Good.
for me to change it up and then maybe do something differently, maybe engage in an activity or slow down a bit
Yeah.
or pause a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay, so you have your own self-assessment going on and you're being cognizant of it and trying to work on that. Okay, so you have in front of you, again, just looking at the front page, don't look at the back yet, but a paragraph that is from a textbook. And what I want you to do is turn to your partner and before I even teach you anything, sort of speak that as you think you normally would. And then your partner listening also is going to then tell you after if they think you're too fast or too slow or what you might need to work on. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of time to try that. Ignore the bold, try again at the bottom. That was supposed to be on the top of the next page.
So we're just reading just here.
Just that part,
Okay.
yeah.
According to John Gallagher at Stanford University, government
First, you go first.
education
you
should
can go
work
first.
Okay, according to Yang,
According to
Yang
Yang,
at
Silicon
Stanford
Valley
University,
and
government
California
initiatives and public education should work together to promote
The
new
government gives
businesses.
money for research
According to Yang,
projects.
Silicon Valley and California is a good model
High-tech
for encouraging new
development. Many
entrepreneurs.
of those projects
The U.S.
are
government
funded
gave
by
money for research
Silicon
projects
Valley.
at
The
Stanford
government also
University to encourage new high-tech
minimal
development.
requirements for
Many of the
studying
projects
requiring
translated into new businesses in
cooperation by the
Silicon
government
Valley.
and research
The government also encouraged new business development by having minimal
This model
requirements
can be
for
adapted to
starting new companies
whole
and
regions
requiring
such as
fewer
Latin
taxes.
America.
Cooperation by the government and research universities works well to encourage new enterprises. This model can be adapted to develop whole regions
I
such
thought
as
principal
Latin
were a bit
America.
fast.
Yeah.
That was just maybe me. So
No, I think
I'm
I'm
not sure.
feeling that too.
If I didn't have that in front of me, I think I might have missed it.
Okay.
I might have
Okay.
missed it.
I
But
thought
yeah,
at
yeah,
Stanford University,
Okay.
Yeah.
government initiatives and public education.
And then we switch?
Yeah.
Okay.
New businesses.
Okay, according to
Silicon
John
Valley
Valley at
and
Stanford
California
University,
is a good
government
model for
initiatives
encouraging
and
new
public
entrepreneurs.
education should work
The U.S.
together to
government
promote
gave
new
money for
businesses.
research projects at
According to
Stanford
Yan,
University
Silicon
to
Valley
encourage
in
new
California
high-tech
is a good model for
Many
encouraging
of
new
these projects
entrepreneurs.
translated into new
The U.S.
businesses
government
in
gave money
Silicon
for
Valley.
research projects
The
at
government
Stanford
also
University
encouraged
to
new
encourage
business
new high-tech
development by having
development.
minimal requirements
Many of those
for
projects
starting new
translated into new
companies and
businesses
by
in Silicon
requiring
Valley.
fewer taxes.
The government also encouraged
Cooperation
new
by the
business
government
development
and
by
research
having minimal
universities
requirements for
works
starting new
well to
companies
encourage
and
new
by requiring
enterprises.
fewer
This
taxes.
model can be adapted
Cooperation
into
by the
developing
government,
regions such as Latin
and
America.
research universities works well to
Yeah.
encourage new enterprises. This model can be adapted to develop whole regions such as Latin America.
How did you guys feel about it?
No, it's
Okay.
Oh,
fine.
good.
I was able to follow it, I purposely wasn't reading.
Was it, oh, okay,
Okay.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that was a good point.
Yeah, good. Of course, we all are very fluent English speakers and users, so that would take a little more time perhaps, and you already have a lot of practice in trying to pace and read. So it goes a little differently when you have, when you're already fluent. But what, a little technique that you can take a little paragraph like that is, maybe you already know this one, but having yourself or your students write 2 backslashes for a 1-second pause reminder. So add places like commas, or if you even just have a really long sentence, but you know you need to take a breath here, adding 2 backslashes, that is a no wait, I didn't mean 1. 1 second. And then, of course, when there are periods, you need to have a longer pause. So just having 4 backslashes is a 2-second pause. Perfect. And so now, if you'll take a look on the other side, flip that sheet around, this one has already been done for you.
Oh.
So I want you to try, maybe in the interest of time, just pick one partner to give it a shot. But try reading it now with that in mind, where every 2 backslashes, you take 1 second pause. Then every time there are 4, you take a 2-second pause. And this will get you to be cognizant of how fast you're going and to try to slow down your speech. Even if in reality, you might still speed it up, it's a good practice to have. So one partner, give that a shot.
Yeah, I guess that was the faster one.
I did the first, I will do the
Okay.
second.
According to
According to
Day1
Zhang
at Stanford
at Stanford
University,
University,
government initiatives and public education should work together to promote new business.
The next one here,
According
in a
to
bigger
Yan.
class, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
Silicon Valley in
According
California.
to Yen,
Is a
Silicon
good model
Valley
for
in
encouraging
California.
you to work. What
Is
do
a
you
good
take on
model
from
for
there?
encouraging.
The US government gave money for research projects at Stanford
longer, right?
University.
Yeah.
Really not like
To encourage
picture, mostly when you're seeing like, you know, 4 of them, you know.
Many of those projects translated into new businesses in Silicon Valley.
Okay, so I'll give you just another 30 seconds to finish, so I can.
The government also encouraged new business development by having minimal requirements for starting new companies
Well, there's
and by
one pause
requiring
before.
fewer
The
taxes.
US government gave money for research projects. At Stanford
Oh, let me-
University.
Yeah.
Cooperation
To
with the
encourage
government and
new
research
tech development.
universities works well to encourage
Many
new
of those
enterprises.
projects
This model can be adapted
translated into
to develop whole
businesses in
regions,
Silicon Valley.
such as Latin America.
Okay, so we're gonna stop there for this particular activity so I can show you something else. But the next step moving forward in practicing this in yourself or for yourself or having your students do it is having them figure out where those pauses would be. So if you turn around the paper that I just handed out, this is another paragraph. It is for language learners, so I've bolded words that we would talk about beforehand so they did understand it. But you would have them try speaking it out loud and adding the 2-second or 1-second slash. I also have that on audio, so then they would try to listen to it and see how correct they were, and again, practicing that. So that would be sort of part of my post-assessment, but it looks like we're running out of time. So hopefully from this, you have like a little strategy that, whether it's maybe before a big meeting that you have to kind of slow down your speaking, or you know that you have students that have a tendency to go too quickly during things, that you have a quick little strategy to practice and to provide them with that. And basically our next step forwards would be practicing having them write their own presentation and then using their own words, as well as, what was the last one? Oh, now working on tone and intonation. So turning a boring speech like that first one and making it pop more by emphasizing certain words. Done.
Beautiful.